it's Jenny of Jenny Stitches. Right, something a little bit different. I am just about to start a new project and I thought I would take you along with me through the journey. Kind of like a mini vlog, I guess, of the making of, oh, that's my printer making a noise. My next project, which is the Sew Over It Sorrento jacket. So it's basically a jean jacket, kind of denim jacket, which is in Sew Over It's Summer Dreaming ebook, and I think I mentioned that in one of my previous plans videos. So I've come in today. It's a Monday, so the shop isn't open, so I have to have all of the lights off so that people don't try and come in, even though they do tend to still try and come in, because I'm hoping to get it cut out today. I am using, I think as I showed you in the plans video, I'm using my pink stretch denim. It's only got a little bit of stretch, it's not very stretchy, which I think will be really cute when it's done. So yeah, so I've just come in today to cut out because I figured if I could get that stage out of the way whilst the shop is quiet, it means I'll be able to start some of the sewing work like during the week in between customers with a bit of luck. So yeah, I will let you know how I get on. But I've pre-washed, it's all ironed, I've cut my pieces out, they're good to go. There's quite a lot of pieces, there's A through to Q. And I have been selecting threads. I've got a matching spool of thread there, and I've also chosen this nice sort of plum shade to do my top stitching with, and instead of using top stitching thread, I'm going to use 2 spools of ordinary thread together, so one on the regular spool pin and one on the spare spool pin. And I actually think I'm going to bring down, I have my old machine which still works fine, which I keep at home for if I'm ever sewing at home, so I think I'm actually going to bring that down to the shop and set that one up for top stitching, so I'll have my main machine for regular sewing and another one for top stitching, or maybe the other way around. I'll have a think about that. But anyway, on with the cutting out. Okay, so I managed to get all of my pieces cut out, and that was yesterday. Today's Tuesday and it's been a busy day in the shop, but I've got a little bit of time at the moment, so I will quickly show you. I've just set up my machines. So I did decide to bring my spare machine from home down for the top stitching because I think that'll help save a lot of time. So this is my regular machine which lives here at the shop. It's a Brother A80, and on that one I've just added the Gutterman to match the pink denim, so this is just going to be for the regular seams. And then over here I've got my overlocker, which is the Benina 800DL. I've had this for quite a lot of years now, and again that's threaded up in a complementary overlocking thread. I use Coats Moon for overlocking. And finally, here is my old machine, which I sewed on for about 10-12 years maybe, a long time, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I just decided a couple of years ago to get a new one. So I keep this at home and I make things on it occasionally at home. And what I've done here, I've gone for a plum colour. I don't know if it's going to show up well for top stitching, and I have put sort of bobbin on the regular spool pin and then another bobbin on the spare spool pin, and then they run through the tension guides together and they both go into the needle. I'm using a denim needle, a Prim Jeans needle for these, Yep, so that gives you a double thickness thread in the top rather than using a top stitching thread because the colour that I wanted in top stitching thread wasn't available. So what I like to do every time I start a project is get an offcut, and I then sort of test my machine settings and make sure I'm happy with the tension and the colour and everything. So you can see here, is this the right side? You can see that I've got my regular thread there. I was quite happy with that first time. That's the overlocking stitch there. That's come out nicely. And then the top stitching took a little bit more persuasion. I think the tension was a little bit off. So I've had a fiddle about with that and the stitch length, and yeah, I've settled on this last one. I think that looks okay. So there you go, and that's just really handy to have as you go along. If I ever need any different stitches or anything, I've always got my little test swatch. So I've got all of my pieces cut out here. For such a big piece of fabric, it came down to very little. It's just a little stack. So I'm hopefully going to get stuck in. I might do half an hour now before I go home. Well, hello again. It's been a while since I picked this up. I actually started this project and 2 weeks slipped by and I've just not had a chance to do any sewing, so I've brought it home to work on. So we're actually in my kitchen at the moment, and I'm afraid the dishwasher is on, so if there's some background noise, that's what that is. But I thought I would quickly show you what I have got done. I have created the front panels. You can see here they're stitched. There's 3 panels make up the front pieces, and the same with the back, 3 panels together. I've just been pressing those out. I've sewn them together with a regular stitch on the machine and overlocked, and I have also joined the back yoke to the front yoke pieces and pressed those out. So I think the next step is constructing pockets. I am unsure about my top stitching at this stage. I've done some test swatches and I liked it to start with, and then I decided I didn't like it, and now I think I do like it again. So I'm really going to have to make a decision soon. So a little update. The pattern has you at this stage sort of prepare all of your pieces. I will just flip the camera around and show you. So obviously I've shown you that I've done the front and back panels, but now I've been on and prepared these are the pocket flaps. The collar is stitched together, the waistband and the cuffs, and there's some of the waistband tabs here. So what happens is you sort of work through and do lots of prep work, and then we move on to top stitching, which I'll just have a quick chat with you about now. So in terms of the top stitch that I've opted to do, there's lots and lots of different tests on here, but I've decided to go with this last line here. And it's a suggestion that my mum made actually. She's just been over and told me about this stitch on my machine, which I think technically is a kind of stretch stitch. Like a triple stitch, it goes forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards, but that actually produces a really neat top stitching line, and I've just started to do it on the front panels. I think you can see it there. But it comes up with a nicely defined stitch, but avoids the need to have a second spool on. So yeah, so I've got a big batch of top stitching to do now, so I'm gonna crack on and get that done. For you. I haven't filmed every single step of the process just because this video would then take hours and you probably don't need to see it all up close, but I will give you a little update on where I'm at, and I'll just flip the camera around again. Okay, so I've moved all of my kit back to work now. Today is Wednesday. And as you can see, it's really starting to take shape. The contrast top stitching, I have to admit, has caused me quite a bit of a headache. Excuse me, choosing such a dark colour, it looks great, but the finish I'm not overly happy with. Stood back like this, it looks great. If I move up closer, there's just parts of it that are a bit not brilliant. I mean, I've done plenty of top stitching in my sewing career. You can see that the bobbin side is just really not happy. But yeah, I've never really struggled like this before. It's probably just not the right combination of needle, thread, stitch setting, whatever, but I am probably in danger of getting hung up on it when actually, if I stand back, it looks fine. So it's all a learning curve, you know, we learn as we go, but definitely if I make this again, which I'd like to, I would like to nail that top stitch and get it a lot nicer. But, however, I am happy with how it's coming together. I've got the pockets on, and it's been a real lesson in the actual construction of a denim jacket. I didn't know this is how the pockets worked. I'll show you the inside. You can see like the back of the pocket bag there. And I've got button bands on, and today I've just done the collar. So the next job is to cut out the sleeves and get on with those. Hi again. So we are 24 hours on. Today is Thursday, and usually Thursdays are a bit quieter in the shop, so I get a little bit of time to sew, but oddly today has been very busy. However, I have now crossed into the point where I am obsessed with this project and I want to be working on it all the time. So I've tried to squeeze in what I can today, and I have cut and sewn the sleeves. So I've cut them out. I didn't need to make any adjustments, which is good. I tried the pattern piece on to check the fit and I was happy with it. And these are just pinned together at the moment at the bottom. I'm not showing you very well here, but as you can see, I've made the little pleats in the bottom of the sleeve, and if I just turn that over, I've made the openings which go in there. And they are now attached to the main body of the jacket, and I've top stitched down 2 rows of top stitching around the armholes. And yeah, that was really one of those moments that really brings it together and made it start to resemble a finished item. So I'm really pleased with how it's looking at the moment. Obviously, I'm still not 100% happy with the top stitching, but be that as it may, it's still really good. I'm still really happy with it. So the next thing that's going to happen is the joining of the underarm seams. I'll do that tomorrow. And then it will be a case of completing the waistband and the waistband tabs, the cuffs and the buttons. I've yet to choose the buttons, so I'll keep you up to date on what I choose there. Everybody, so the weekend has been and gone, and that means it's just over a week since I really got my teeth stuck into this project, so I'm very pleased with what I've achieved in that space of time. Yeah, so anyway, just to update you, I have done the majority of the sewing now. We have sleeves, we have cuffs, we have a waistband. And on the back, I've just completed the waistband tabs. I am not loving that bit of stitching, but whatever. At this stage, I'm just going to learn to let it go. So the last thing that I need to do now is the buttonholes on the front of the jacket, and then it will be applying the jeans buttons. So I'll just have a little chat to you about the buttons that I've chosen. I decided to go with these Prim American Star jeans buttons. So they come in a pack of 8, and I think I need 11. I think there are 4 or 5 on the front, there's 2 here, 2 on the cuffs and 2 on the tabs at the back. So I need 2 packs basically, and I've opened one up here so I can show you a little bit closer. There we go. So they're a nice sort of gunmetal kind of a colour, which is good. I had a look at some others. Initially I'd thought about using a plain silver, but it just doesn't look right when I've looked at it. So as you can see, I think they're toning quite well with the colour of the fabric and the top stitching. So these are applied, they do come with a tool in the pack, but you can apply them with the Prim Vario pliers, which is what I'll be using to do it. And I'm hoping to do maybe a small sort of tutorial style reel for Instagram, which I'll probably post to YouTube Shorts as well separately. But yeah, I've never applied these sorts of buttons before, so that will be fun. You can see the little white thing is the adapter which goes into the pliers, and I've just been testing it out by putting the bits and pieces in. So on with the next stage. Hi everybody, so as you can see I have finished my Sorrento jacket and I could not be happier. Despite the ups and downs of the sewing process and worrying about my top stitching and things, in the end it's all come together and I'm very, very happy with it. As always, when you finish a project, you know, I know where the faults are, I know what I could improve for next time, but overall I absolutely love it and I'm so pleased. So I'm just going to quickly show you it on, and I'm hoping I can fit you into this camera angle. But this is how I've styled it today. I'm wearing it with my Tilly and the Buttons indigo dress, which I've shown you in another video. But yes, here you go, here is the back. So if that's a bit of a clearer view for you, yay! But yeah, I'm really, really happy with it. I'll show you the buttons up close. They're really nice. I'm happy with the fit. I don't know if I mentioned this is a size 14. I would say I am probably a size 13 at the minute, if I'm honest. I'm kind of stuck between sizes, but I felt a bit more comfortable going with the slightly larger size because I'd rather have room to put maybe a cardigan underneath if needs be. But yeah, I just really like the way it's got a slightly off the shoulder feeling to it, and you can see that in the sample pictures as well. I'll show you it buttoned up, although I'm very unlikely to ever actually button it up, but there you go. But yes, happy, 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 happy. Happy jacket! Thank you for joining me. Let me know if you enjoyed this style of video, if you want to see more of what I'm sewing as I'm working on it. Always happy to share. But take care and I will see you soon.